Holy Land 5. In his rap song in 2017, he said, "I'm in love with the Holy Land 5. So let's explain what the Holy Land Fives are. They are convicted criminals that have been convicted in 2008 for material support for Hamas. In 2001, the Holy Land Foundation was actually dismantled. In 2001, it was shut down, and in 2008, they were convicted. These 5 people were convicted for supporting Hamas. He is saying that he is in love with those people and asking you to look them up. So I say, absolutely look them up. That guy is so radical. He might be some sort of a Trojan horse, not just for Marxism, which is what he's actually saying, but for jihadism. He is supporting the concept of this. He refuses to acknowledge Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state. He's very coy about this, right? So when he goes on national television, he goes, well, yes, Israel has the right to exist, but when asked on the debate stage, do you think Israel has the right to exist as a Jewish state, he refuses to answer. This is a terrible news, not just for Jews, for every single American and everybody who supports Western values. It's horrible.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Holy Land 5. In 2004, federal agents raided the homes of 5 Palestinian American families, arresting the fathers who had been leaders of a Texas-based charity, which they called it the Holy Land 5, HLF. Now, until 9/11, the HLF was the largest Muslim charity in the United States, but their trials resulted in very lengthy sentences for men for supporting terrorism by donating to charities in Palestine, and the U.S. government itself had done work with them long before. The men remain in prison. Now they have pushed saying it's an injustice. Now, in November 2008, a Texas jury found Shakur Abu Bakr and his commanders in the HLF case guilty of providing material support to foreign terrorist organization. Now, within our lifetime, WOL, it's a radical anti-Israel organization dedicated to complete destruction of Israel. This group is connected to this group. Now, the men set up this Holy Land Foundation as an Islamic charity to serve as a front to fund some of the worst global terrorists. In 2008, they were convicted of 108 different counts of funneling $12.4 million to Hamas. Now, the United States designated Hamas as a foreign terrorist organization in 1995. Now, the Holy Land Foundation trial was the longest terror funding case in the U.S. history. The convictions came after painstaking investigations by federal authorities. In 1994, investigating the financial ties to Hamas, agents traveled the globe. They conducted more than 100 interviews and sorted through hundreds of boxes of documents. They watched hundreds of videos, listened to audio tapes, and reviewed thousands of pages of bank records. By 2001, HLF was named a specially designated terrorist by the U.S. Treasury Department and shut it down. Now, the U.S. Department of Justice simply states that from its inception, HLF existed only to support Hamas. And the goal is to create a Palestinian state by eliminating Israel through violent jihad. Holy Land was the chief fundraising arm for the Palestinian Committee. And through this committee, the Brotherhood planned to establish a network of organizations in the U.S. to spread a militant Islamic message and raise money for Hamas. But Shakur Abu Bakr spoke about playing down this organization's ties to Hamas so they could keep raising money for the terrorist organization in America, here in America. They wiretapped many meetings. And on another wiretap, they called HLF representative Dubin Odah referred to a suicide, as a beautiful operation. The government presented evidence that the Holy Land was so concerned about investigators uncovering the group's real intentions that they wrote a manual detailing security protocols. Now, these security protocols included hiring a security company to search HLF for listening devices, ordering an HLP rep to learn advanced methods of detecting wiretaps, shredding documents after broad meetings, and keeping incriminating documents off the site location. And in his song that he sings, he refers to them. And you want him to be a mayor in the United States of America, running your state, your cities? Don't let them infiltrate us from the inside out, because that is the only way they could ever take us down. Country Crazy out.